Good morning everybody. It's 8:30 nearly on Saturday morning, April the 1st. Although this isn't an April Fool, this is my 4N TV Live. So I'm just waiting for some people to join, but if you're watching on catch up, brilliant to see you. Hope you can enjoy this 4N Facebook Live. If you are joining and you're going to join me this morning, you might want to get a pen and paper. I'm hoping it's going to be interactive, but also you might want to capture some information for yourself. So do have a pen and paper handy, and please do join in as much as you can because I want it to be interactive. Hey Adam Stevens, how are you doing? Lovely to see that somebody's here. Hopefully that means you can hear me as well as see me. You are brilliant. I'm just going to refresh my laptop screen as well and make sure I can see everything there. Let me see, there I am, underneath Stefan Thomas, look at that. Okay, great, just checking that's not on. Morning, oh morning Ian, hearing me loud and clear, that's brilliant, thanks very much Ian, nice of you to join me this morning. Oh, Adam Stevens, that's an interesting picture I've now got, thank you very much, that's brilliant. So please make sure you've got a cup of tea or whatever it is that you want to have nearby, and please do settle in. We'll be starting very, very shortly. Good morning, Michael Nagels. Excuse me. Morning. So it's 8:30, so here we go. So good morning, I'm Sian Rowsell from Sian Rowsell Coaching and Training, and thank you for joining me on 4N TV Live. I hope you're all having a great Saturday morning, and that you're settled with somewhere nice and comfy with a cup of tea, and having a lovely morning. Morning Renee, morning Ellie, and Renee, thanks for your message just now, that's great. Oh, Rachel Chiverton, I think Rachel Chiverton here as well, and Gemma, hi guys. So we're now going to start the 40 seconds round, the 40 words round, sorry. Instead of 40 seconds, any of you can send me up to 40 words as a Facebook comment. This can be a brief pitch about you and your business, which everyone tuned in will be able to see. I won't attempt to read them all out, but I'll try and pick out a few comments. As a tip for future weeks, prepare this ahead of time and then just paste it in as a comment in each show. So if you can just add your 40 words, guys, and while you're all typing those in, as I've got sound, here's my 40 seconds pitch. So I'm Sian Rowsell from Sian Rowsell Coaching and Training, and hands up, I can't see you, but hands up if you need more hours in the day. If you do need more hours in the day, I can't help you with that, and I'm really sorry, but I can help you to make the most of the hours and minutes that you do have, and to focus those on the things that are important to you and are going to move you forwards. So if you'd like to know more about that, please do get in touch and ask me for a one-to-one. We can have a one-to-one. So let me see what I can read out from anybody's 40 words. Hayley Hilton, the mad scientist, using the science of network marketing to build a fun team. So using their own creativity and skill set so it doesn't feel like work. That's brilliant. Who else's can I see? Adam Stevens, he wants everybody to message him today, that's all. And Renee Power is here, Vision B2B. Best name in 4N apparently, yes, works with companies like Rolls-Royce. Hayley is cool. Martin, the warrior Warrilow, hi Martin. Since suffering stress-related stroke in 2013, he's been campaigning to raise awareness. So do listen out for Martin's 4N TV Live. It's there on catch up. It's great. Ian McIntosh, helping governors and school leaders deliver one of their core responsibilities of setting the strategy. Brilliant. And yeah. Okay. So it's now time for my foresight slot. And just as in 4 networking meetings, it isn't a sales pitch, but an insight into a specialist field, experience, or interesting area of my life. My foresight is entitled, Are Your Needs Being Fulfilled? Although I can't see you today, it'd be great to know that you're watching, so please send me comments throughout and keep hitting the emoji buttons, just like some of you guys are doing right now, thank you, whenever you feel like it. So as I said, it is going to be an interactive session. Please do have a pen and paper to hand and capture some comments, but also put some comments into there, and I'm going to try and read them out as we go along. What I want to do is share with you today something that was very powerful for me when I first came across it, and actually led to my decision to leave my corporate role and to do what I'm doing now. So it may or may not have that kind of impact on you, but I do want to share it with you. It's based on some work by Tony Robbins. I know there's been some stuff about Tony Robbins in the Facebook community page on Facebook recently, so love him or hate him, it doesn't matter. I think this stuff is really powerful, and it's based on the 6 human needs, and we've all got these 6 human needs. It will look different for each of us, and we'll all need them in different amounts, and that'll change for us throughout our lifetime, but we do all need all 6. So let's go through those one by one. Throw in your comments, I'll try and read some, and do make some notes, because we'll come back to that at the end. I want you to be able to reflect back at the end. So please do that. So I'm going to try and hold up some cards without the thing going too blurry. So the first of the 6 human needs is certainty. Hopefully you can see that. I can try and hold it straight. So we all need certainty. We've got a strong need for certainty. And what are the kind of things that certainty look like for you? If you're in an ideal situation, what would certainty look like for you? It's often things like security, getting regular money, getting money that you know is going to come in at the end of the month. You've got a full order book, you've got a full schedule, you know what you're doing when. You've got a waiting list of clients. What would that look like? What would that look like for you? What would that look like for you, Renee? Thanks for the comments. Certainty in an ideal world. That's what we need to have. Unfortunately, it can keep us a bit stuck. So our need to hang on to safety and security can keep us in a job or a situation that we're not really happy in. But it'll be fulfilling a need for us, and that need might be certainty. We had some comments on the Facebook community the other day about jobs that we've left, and sometimes we stay in jobs that we might leave because we're getting the security of the paycheck. So certainty, we definitely need it, but beware it can be a bit of a false certainty that we're hanging on to. So the next one I want to show is variety, because if we have too much certainty, what have we got? Yeah, we get bored. We've got a lot of certainty, but we can get bored. So we do also need uncertainty or variety. And what might variety look like for you? What might it look like for you in an ideal situation? Certainly for me, it's about doing different types of work and doing stuff outside of work that's very different from the day job. So even when I was a scientist, just like Hayley, in the evenings I taught ballroom dancing. So I was a scientist by day, ballroom dance teacher by night, and I needed that variety. It's very important to me, and we can get variety in all sorts of different ways. Lots of people say, oh yes, travel, we get variety from traveling to different places, and I always go, yeah, I like to go to a different Greek island every summer. So that's balancing my need for both certainty and variety in one there, and we often do that. We need to balance the both. So we need certainty, but we also need variety. We don't want to get bored, but we also need to have some things that are certain, and we know what's going to happen when. And the next one I want to go on to is significance. Just going to take a sip, sorry. So this significance, we all have a need to be significant. See if I can hold it straight. Significant. And in fact, Adam Stevens, I know he was on earlier, and if he's still on, Adam mentioned this in the Facebook group the other day. We can be significant in our community in lots of different ways. We've got a need we need to fill, and we might fill it by being a firefighter, or we might fill it by being a drug dealer. So we do all have a need for significance, to be significant in our community. It's our status, it's our hierarchy, it's our job title, it's our status in our social group. it's the leader in an organisation, as if it's someone that people look up to. For some people, it might be being able to have a big car or a big house. That might be their significance factor for them. Yeah, drug dealer, where's he at? I don't know. It wasn't meant to be a reference to Brad or anything. So we do all also need connection. And so connection can be connection to a purpose or connection to other people. And or it's often love. And this came up a lot in the Facebook group discussion again the other day about people who've left their job. A lot of what they miss is connection to others, and they miss their colleagues, although a lot of people were being really proactive in keeping up those connections. So they didn't lose that, even though they were no longer in that organisation. And Martin Warrilow was a brilliant example of that, keeping in touch with people worldwide, keeping up those connections. So we do all need connection. We get it from our family, from our friends, a connection to the purpose of the organisation we work for, a connection to the purpose of the work that we do. And we also get it from trade associations, membership groups, and things like joining for networking. So you've got connection there to something. We're all connected via that. So I'm going to talk about two more that are going to kind of be linked together. And these are growth and contribution. And these two are all about fulfillment. So particularly as we get older, I think, we need more and more of these last two. We can cope with, we might have some of the other things in place, but we want more and more to have growth and to have contribution. Contribution to others beyond ourselves. It's why a lot of us do volunteer work. It's why a lot of us, the kind of work that we do is about helping other people. It's a very strong need that we have for us. And we also need to keep growing. We need to be growing our network, growing our knowledge, self-development. We might be growing our waistline. We might not want to be doing that one, but we do have a need for growth. And it will be important. So in an ideal world, we would be getting plenty of growth and also plenty of contribution. Okay, so I've just gone through all of the 6 there. And yeah, Renee, we're a tribal species and we need to belong. Absolutely. And if we don't have that, and it's one of the ones that we feel, connection is one of the ones that we feel most strongly when we don't have it sometimes. So connection and significance, if we don't have those, if we're suddenly made redundant, or if we've lost our job or changed our job or retired, then sometimes we can really feel that loss of connection to others and that loss of status, that loss of significance. And that can be quite strong. In some people who leave their role and no longer have got that job title, it really can affect them quite strongly. And yes, as Martin points out, we can still be significant in other ways, but we still have that need for significance, don't we? So we've got to meet it however we can, hopefully in a positive way. So just going through all of the 6 needs there. If you've got any notes and you've thought about what it looks like for you in an ideal situation in terms of certainty, in terms of variety, in terms of significance, connection, growth, contribution, have a look and see how many of these are you getting met right now. You know what it looks like in an ideal situation. If you're truly honest with yourself today, how many of these have you got met? If you've got 6 out of 6 met, you're probably going, woohoo, everything's fab, because the people who are super happy, they're getting all of their 6 needs met right now, whether it's in their work and outside of work and across their lives, doesn't matter. They're getting all 6 needs met. So where are you at right now? How many out of 6 have you got met? And then thinking about people who've got 6 out of 6 are super happy. People who've got 4 out of 6 or less, then they're not super happy. And they've got big gaps in certain areas. So if you've got less than 4 out of 6, you've probably got big gaps, and you may or may not have realised this previously. Certainly the first time I had a look at this, I was less than 4 out of 6, and I couldn't see in the organisation I was in how I was going to be able to get to 6 out of 6. Even if I changed roles, tried to shape things differently, I was not going to get 6 out of 6. And so I decided I needed to leave. I needed to leave and to set up on my own and to shape it so that I could get more to a 6 out of 6. I definitely wasn't that I was completely miserable. I was making up for things outside. As I said, I was getting my variety outside of work, teaching dancing. I was getting my significance, working as a school governor together with Ian McIntosh, who's on the line here, and being chair of governors with Ian as the vice chair. So I was getting significance, I was getting my contribution, I was getting my variety outside of work, but I was worried about my opportunities to continue growing, etc. And so I needed to make a change. So you can make a big change like that, or you can make small changes to tweak and to dial up some of these ones that are perhaps not quite ideal for you right now. Thank you for the emojis. So for instance, how can we sort of tweak some of these things? So if we need a bit more certainty, and we we used to be in an organisation where everything was pretty certain, we got paid at the end of the week, we had a schedule that was set up, and we knew what was happening when, and suddenly we're in control ourselves and everything is a bit random. We can put some structure in there, and we can use 4 networking to help. So 4 networking, meetings are held regularly, they all have exactly the same format. If you want some certainty, you can go to a 4 networking meeting and you will know what's going to happen when, what you're expected to do, and you can find the meetings all over the country, and they're running the same way. You can also put those in your diary, so you've got some appointments. The other thing, obviously, 4 networking can help you with the variety. We have a massive variety of speakers in 4 networking. You can go to different venues with different speakers, meet different people, to go at different times a day. So you can balance your certainty and your variety through 4 networking. Significance. So I can't do a hands up here, but how many of you have done a foresight? If you've done a foresight, then you've been extremely significant during that meeting. You've been in front of everybody for 20 minutes. And for 20 minutes, everybody's watching you. And if you go to a meeting, several meetings, and you think about which meetings you went to last month, you might not remember everybody that was there, but I bet you remember who the foresighter was. So the foresighter is extremely significant. If you're not foresighting already, get out there and foresight. I know a lot of you on here have regular foresights. Yeah, Martin says lots. Then the other way to get significance, of course, within 4 networking is join a team. Similarly, the group leader runs the meetings, the group coordinator checks you in. There are a lot of ways to get significance and to take on a role within 4 networking. And then you have, something that you can tell people that you are. You add it to your LinkedIn and everybody goes, oh, great, so-and-so has got a new role. So do get, sorry, I just got distracted. Those who don't foresight are still asleep. Okay, maybe they'll watch it on catch up and then maybe they'll start to foresight. Okay, in terms of connection, there is a reason that people call 4N family. And I think anybody who's been active in this Facebook group over the last few days will know exactly the kind of thing that I'm thinking about. And there is a massive connection between people within this network. So anybody who is feeling on their own or is feeling, gosh, I work on my own, I don't have a team anymore, you absolutely can through 4 networking. So I hope that you're getting as good use out of that as I am and being part of that 4 networking family. Growth and contribution. Probably don't need to tell you this, but there are massive opportunities for growth within 4 networking. In the 18 months or so I've been a member, I've learned so much. So much information is given out freely, and I can't believe the quality of of learning that I've had from the foresights, from the conversations that I've had, and there are definitely massive opportunities for growth within 4 networking. Obviously, there's an opportunity to eat too much breakfast as well, but there are ways to grow in terms of personal development and growth, and to grow your business and grow your network. So some very simple ways to grow as well. And contribution, everybody in 4 Network is extremely generous, and not only are they helping others, they're helping themselves by meeting their need to contribute to others. So there's lots and lots of opportunities in 4 Networking. For any of these needs that you're not quite there where you'd like to be, do think about what you could do differently, and a lot of those opportunities are already there for you in 4 Networking. So have a look at that. So you've had a look at your 6 out of, see how you've got out of 6, out of your 6 needs. You know where you are. Perhaps there's some changes that you'd like to make. And yeah, definitely seen some people saying they've got a team through 4 Networking, etc. Absolutely. That's really important. All that kind of banter that you might have had at the coffee or at the water cooler or whatever, you can have that still. You don't lose that, even if you're working on your own and you're a single person business. So thanks everybody for that. So that's the end of my foresight, and I just wanted to run through that the 6 human needs based on some work by Tony Robbins, and talked about by Tony Robbins a lot. There's a lot of videos you can watch and see him presenting this work. But it is, I think it's really powerful. And as I said, it did have a massive impact on me. So thank you very much for listening. I'm going to switch back to the script now. So that's it. My time is just about up. Thank you for watching my foresight. It's great to see all the comments coming in. I've not had a chance to look at these properly yet, but I'll reply on the page to any questions that have been raised. 4NTV Live is back here at the same time next week, 8:30 AM on Saturday, April the 8th, when you can join Michelle Daly, that's Daly as in don't dilly-dally, we had a chat yesterday, with a foresight entitled Plenty More Fish in the Sea. So make sure you tune in then, and we'll have even more Facebook Live stuff coming up. Join 4N's network leader Michael Nagels back here on Friday at 4 PM for his weekly roundup. He'll have a mix of news, announcements and waffling nonsense, it says here, that you won't want to miss. And there are also the new 4 Development Live video presentations, providing great tips on how to develop your networking skills. These are running fortnightly on Wednesday evenings, 8:30 to 9 o'clock. On Wednesday the 12th of April, you can join Martin Perry with a 4 Development Live presentation entitled, What Do I Want to Do That For? All about joining a 4N team to improve your networking. That sounds like that would be a great one to listen into. If you would like the opportunity to present an episode of 4N TV Live or 4 Development Live, then message 4N on this 4 Networking community page. They are free to take part in and are open to all 4N Passport members. Slots are already booked up ahead, so get your request in now. This 4N TV Live presentation will continue to be available anytime here, so please share it and add more comments. That's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed today's 4N TV Live, and have a great weekend. And feel free to continue networking right here on the 4N Facebook page. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.